Hello everybody and welcome back to a rather wet day here on South Mountain Creamery Farm. I hope you are enjoying the series. If you do, please do consider hitting that like or subscribe button, as it does help to know obviously that somebody's enjoying the content. I've just picked up a leased trailer. We're going to pick up the logs from the area that we cleared of trees. We got all the branches ground up and sold the wood chip, so we actually ended up making a decent amount of money on that, and now we're just going to go down and pick up the logs. So this isn't really the ideal time of day or weather to be doing anything like this, but we want to make sure we get these logs cleared out of the way so that we're ready to start expanding the field in the morning. There's not a huge amount of time left before we are going to be starting the next harvest, if weather actually allows us. And some of these logs are going to be a bit fiddly because they aren't exactly your nice typical straight shape, and they're heavy by the looks of things. Oh boy, they are heavy indeed, and big. Maybe I should have cut this in half, but we'll try and see what we can get on the trailer, and hopefully there might be a little bit of money in this as well. Okie dokie, that's 3 logs on one load, and I think that's pretty much us ready to go up and sell the first set of logs. Yeah, maybe I should have cut them a little bit smaller, but on the other hand, there's a decent amount of wood here, and it shouldn't take us too long to get this cleared out. And then first thing in the morning, obviously after we've done our animal duties, we can get on with plying up the field. We've got a few things to sell as well. There's eggs from the chickens, and we're gonna see if we can sell some of the wool from the sheep now as well. Obviously that is an income that we split with Abel Nelson, who bought the sheep, but we are putting up all the feed and water and actually looking after the animals, so we'll see how much we get out of that as well. First, we're going to get rid of some logs. It's been a while since we've been up here selling logs now. Here we go. Okay, almost $7,000 there. That is pretty decent. And we got a few more to get rid of. turning out to be very heavy and quite a balancing act to be getting to stay on, so we're going to try and precariously strap them down here and see if we can get them reasonably safely up to the lumberyard. Got to drive pretty carefully. Better put some warning lights on. We're sticking far out behind the back of the trailer on this load. Another load coming in, and it's not going to be long till we got rid of all the logs. We do have to grind a couple of the stumps that didn't get done. We can use that with our little JCB once we finish using it with the cows in the morning, but that'll be a job for the next day. Hopefully the weather's a bit better as well. But yeah, that was a big log there. Got over $5,000 just for one log, so actually turning out to make a decent amount of money out of this. Okay, so we've got a really awkward sized one here, but hopefully we can fit in on top of the birch logs we've already got, and I think that'll be our load full. As long as it sticks on here. Oh no. Yeah. Finding that the grab on this log trailer is just about managing, but occasionally down the thick end of the logs is struggling to get a hold of things. But let's see if we can get it lifted up. Well, we got them on in the end, but this is feeling like a very precarious load, so once again it's going to be a very careful trip up to get rid of these logs. Well, just as we're about to finish up with the last load here, the rain has finally stopped, and we still have a little bit of daylight, even though it's getting close to 9 o'clock in the evening, but that is the benefit of nice summer nights here on South Mountain Creamery Farm. Just going to get this one cut before we do anything else. So even with cutting this last log in half, it's still sticking out quite a lot, and I don't think we're going to manage to push it down much further than that. We'll strap it in, and that's the last load of the logs at least, and there's just the stumps left to do in the morning. So we're going to take this up to the lumberyard, and then we are going to return the trailer. The machinery shop stays open quite late at this time of summer as farmers get more and more busy. There are a few fields around that are hoping to start harvest sooner, but obviously with the wet weather right now, it's still going on pretty quiet. You can see our fields over in the background. They're starting to look quite nice and ripe, but we are going to be into the early parts of autumn before they're fully ready. We still have the Fendt harvester on loan for this summer after we ran the summer fair in episode 16, and we'll be using that one to harvest the 2 wheat fields, and then we got a cornfield down on the other side, which I'm seriously thinking about whether I can perhaps either find a cheap old forage harvester or hire one to actually cut it to forage to silage, because we need to expand the herd of cattle. The dairy is running idle for a lot of the time due to the lack of supply of milk. We only have 50 cattle on the farm. We need to get that increased. Ideally 3 or 4 times as many cattle, but obviously that's a major investment, and given that the last lot we bought was winter cattle, they weren't in their prime of health, and it's been taking a while simply to bring them back up to scratch over this first year on the farm. but they are getting there. So we're gonna take a slightly different route up to the machinery shop than the one we usually do. Just getting the trailer hooked off, and we leave it in the agreed area, and it's time for us to head back home to the farm. And on our way home, well, we remember we're just gonna hop up to the chicken coop, see if there's any more eggs. Then they can get packaged up and get sold down in the shop fresh tomorrow. There certainly is a fair old stack here. It's good there's always plenty of packaging material lying around, because otherwise we might have been running out here. I think that's us. Yeah, that's a full stack of eggs. Drop off down the shop before we call it a night. So it's coming up to 10 o'clock in the evening, so it's almost closing time for the shop, but we've actually extended opening hours here during the summer because we've been having such a good trade, and as you can see there's actually still customers around even at this time of night. But you know, nice long summer nights, it's a good time. Anyway, just gonna leave the tractor here and hop over and drop off the eggs. That's us parked up for the evening. Just take in a little bit of this wonderful night sky before we head off to bed. Well, good morning, and ready for another day. Just gonna head down quickly and get the cattle sorted out. I think they're by and large okay. We've got quite a few things to do during the day. We've got to get that corner of the field plowed up after we grind the stumps. Oh, we've got customers already. That's good. So let's just see how we're doing financially. 254,000. It's also time to bring in some more cattle on this farm. We've got a healthy bank balance. We're making money on a daily basis from the shop and the dairy operation. So all in all, I think we can make an investment now. But first of all, let me just switch off. But first of all, let's just check on the cattle here. So we spent a bit of today actually in the office as well, doing paperwork, instead of getting the field plowed up, but we'll catch up. Again, it's kind of gotten to 5 o'clock, but sometimes the office work's got to be done as well. And we also got to get the manure dropped off up at the greenhouses and everything. Animals are doing fine, so don't really need to do an awful lot there today, but we'll just get this manure loaded into the trailer, and then we'll get the smaller Fendt tractor to come down at some point and pick this up and get it distributed to the greenhouses. Right now we're just going to dump it in the trailer before we go up and grind the stumps. There we go. A couple of loads. We generally stay on top of it, trying to get it loaded into the trailer on a daily basis so that we don't end up with a massive pile. But obviously, as we are going to be picking up some animals, that was part of what I was doing today in the office, was phoning ahead up to the animal dealer and to the shop. There's a livestock trailer that we can hire for a couple of hours, just to get some cattle shifted in on the farm. It'll be good to expand the herd a bit, but we also need to get these tree stumps cleared off and make a little bit more field for us to be able to use. So there's a couple of stumps left to clear out here, just so that the plow isn't going to get any nasty surprises when we start plowing this up. Which, to be honest, we might hold off with till the morning, given the time of day. We'll focus on getting the cattle in instead. This office work takes a long time sometimes. And that's all the logs cleared out, so we're just going to take the stump grinder down and put it into one of the sheds, since we don't want it lying around up here in our future field. And since we finally got the JCB out of the stable area, this might be a good opportunity to actually give it a wash as well. Much better. It hasn't been this clean since we brought it down from the forest, I think. So we'll just drop the stump grinder in the shed here, right in next to where we got the old fertilizer spreader sitting as well. Should still be able to get to it. So we need to pick up our livestock trailer and get our cattle in. It's a little bit late in the day, but it will work fine. Early on, before coming down to sort out the cattle, I did put a battery charger onto the truck because it hasn't moved for quite a while, so hopefully it should start relatively straightforward. Good. We're on our way. Let's get some cattle loaded up. Spend some money. Alright, let's just get backed up so we can pick up some cattle. So $67,000, and that's the first 14 out of a total of 28 cattle coming back to South Mountain Creamery, so we've got one more run to do after this one, but we'll get these over and unloaded on the farm first. Gate open. Excellent. Let's get the second load in, and this should help quite a bit on our milk production over the coming few weeks, and we should have a very healthy amount of hay and silage coming in, so we should have no problem in keeping these cattle fed over winter, even with a bit going to the sheep as well. So with another 28 cows on the farm, we have spent about close to $130,000, 120. Not too bad. We've still got a healthy bank account, but we'll keep a little bit back just for now, before we expand too much straight away. Right, next lot is ready if these cows will just get out of the way so I can get the gate opened. Come on, shoo! There we go. There we go, that takes us to a total of 80 heads of cattle, which is better. We'd like to get up to around 200, 250, but obviously that's not going to happen just overnight. We do need to keep the farm balanced as well. This load, gotta tidy up our new rivals here on South Mountain Creamery. Will do fine, as you can see. Actually, health has increased, so the new cattle we got were in better condition than the old ones, so that's great to see. And we need to get them a bit of water, and that's it. One tanker load of water heading for the cattle. Careful we don't run over any of our customers. The sheep didn't need an awful lot. No, he's not escaping, that's good. Whether we're about to lose a sheep there. They do need a tidy up and a little bit of grass as well, but we'll get the gate closed up here first. We'll just drop off the tanker and get that sorted while we're actually here. just cut up another bale. There's actually plenty of fresh grass on them, but good to have a bit of variety. So there we go. So although it's about 7:30 at night, we're still enjoying the long summer nights here on South Mountain Creamery. So we're going to try and get this field expanded while we still got time before harvest is ready. Obviously with the weather forecast the way that it is, it's not certain that we can start harvest right away. When the crop does reach maturity, we can't really start early, but it's certainly we need to be ready, so we can't be sort of too tied up with doing other things. The only other thing we really got to do tomorrow is try to get the wool sold as well. But we'll pop over and pick up the plow and get this area done. That's the last thing for this episode. And with plenty of daylight to spare during these long, nice summer evenings, we've expanded our little field here. That's actually not bad. I mean, it's not a particularly huge area, but it's gonna add another 10% at least to the field. And we don't need to plow the rest of this field. It's gonna be direct drilled with wheat as a winter seed. So we'll be doing that shortly after, probably after harvest time. Again, a little bit dependent on the weather, but yeah, that looks okay. I'm happy with that. So all we really need to do at this point is to fold our plow up, take it back, maybe give it a quick wash, and put it back in the shed until the other side of winter. Let's just put it back into the shed. So, as we're reaching the end of summer here on South Mountain Creamery Farm, that's it for this episode. We didn't get quite as much done as we perhaps had hoped for, but we got the logs cleared, got the field extended, and we got a whole pile of new cattle here on the farm. So in the next episode, we'll be looking into the shed and bale situation, because obviously we're going to get a bunch of straw bales coming in from the fields over here when we do the harvest, and we also need to pay a little bit more attention to the greenhouses, make sure they get topped up with manure. So there's still plenty of jobs to do here on the farm, but for this episode it's thank you very much from Avocado Game, and see you again soon.